So you want to lift millions out of poverty in Africa. Despite being Africa's largest economy and an oil-rich nation, according to official statistics, nearly 50% of Nigerians still live below the poverty line. Since Olusegun Obasanjo left office as president, the Nigerian government has not seemed to take the issue of poverty seriously. Until now, the President Muhammadu Buhari is vowing to lift 100 million people out of poverty by 2030.
It is a ranking no country wants, a first-place position for the most people living in extreme poverty. Nigeria has now overtaken India in the less than envious top spot. Oil-rich. So for a land so richly blessed, why are Nigerians not reaping the benefits of the wealth? Extreme poverty means people surviving on less than $1.90 a day. In Nigeria, it grows by 6 people every minute. 87 million Nigerians, or nearly 50% of the population, live below the breadline. The figures come from the World Poverty Clock. It is counting down to 2030, measuring progress on the UN's major sustainable development goal to eradicate poverty worldwide. Extreme wealth is in the hands of a few. And despite being the largest oil producer in Africa, successive Nigerian governments have struggled to lift living standards.
Poverty is a serious issue and betrays a country's ability to take care of its people. No country should be complacent if it is ranked as world #1 in poverty. We commend President Buhari for the bold steps his government is taking to tackle this malaise. Since Obasanjo, no one has attempted to tackle poverty head-on like this. There was even something called National Poverty Eradication Program, NAPEP, created by Obasanjo's administration, but it was inexplicably scrapped. Hopefully, the next administration, regardless of political party, continues from where President Buhari may stop. But folks, it's not just Nigeria. Poverty is an affliction wreaking havoc throughout Africa. We can invest in human capital in Africa to reduce the number of people falling under the poverty line. With the right innovation, Africa can win this battle.
Imagine what it's like to live in extreme poverty. You have to think about the basics like your next meal all the time. An extremely poor family mostly has access only to the food that they grow themselves. If you have a bad harvest, one of your animals gets sick, you're going to have a period where you're not getting enough food. Daughters in these families have to gather water and wood. They have to cook dinners on an open fire with lots of smoke, and then they have to clean everything up. If they get a chance to do schoolwork at all, it's going to be very late at night. They need a lamp, if they have it, to be able to do that work. So the upshot is, if you're extremely poor, your time and energy really goes to mere survival. Is poverty inevitable? The answer is no. We asked 2,000 people on what they thought was going on with poverty. We told them the 1990 number and asked them to guess where it had gone. And their guess was that it had fallen from that 36% down to 22%. In fact, the real line is far, far better. It drops all the way down to 9%. That means since 1990, 1.2 billion people have overcome extreme poverty. As the economist Max Roser has said, the newspapers could have run a headline, "Number of people in poverty fell by 137,000 since yesterday," every single day for 25 years, and been right. Real news. According to the World Bank, this extreme poverty definition we use is a cutoff of about $1.90 per day or less. Getting out of extreme poverty is not the end goal. We want people lifted up way beyond extreme poverty, but it's really the start that gets things going, that gets countries on the way to self-sufficiency and moving towards middle income. So this is not just about the individuals, it's also about the countries themselves. In 1990, 66% of people in China were extremely poor. So you can see all the dots there, each representing, again, 1 million people. But over just a short period, 15 years, their extreme poverty declined by over 500 million. The improvement in people's lives there is one of the most astonishing examples of progress in world history. Came in India. India went from 400 million people in extreme poverty in 2005 to just under 100 million today. And over the next several decades, that number is going to drop quite a bit. So the question we face here is, can we create a third great wave of poverty reduction in the rest of the world that will bring extreme poverty near to eradication?
China has shown that you can lift hundreds of millions of people out of poverty with their outstanding example of lifting over 500 million people out of poverty over a period of 15 years. Initiated by Deng Xiaoping, this has been a global wonder. Every country should set big and ambitious goals towards fighting poverty and winning.
It's an ambitious goal, but we shouldn't set small goals. The ultimate goal there really is to lift 800 million people worldwide out of extreme poverty. And that is, again, an ambitious goal.
Fortunately, it appears that hope is on the way for Africa, and not surprisingly, through Nigeria. Watch this.
In Africa today, for the young, the hip, the rich, there's no better place than Lagos.
Nigeria is just the place to be right now in the developing world.
Tola Adabgo designs handbags for Florian London. Increasingly, her market is in Lagos. This is the world's fastest growing megacity.
Any international business, don't be shy of Africa. There's no Boko Haram anywhere, especially not in Lagos.
This is a nation of superlatives, Africa's largest population, richest country, and fastest growing economy.
I'm very sure that this will be the main hub in Africa when it comes to the luxury goods in near future.
Straight from Germany.
Straight from Germany.
Anurag Shah sells Porsches that cost 600 times the average Nigerian's annual salary. The ultra-rich are growing at a higher percentage here than in the US.
We have luxury yachts, you have luxury aircraft, you have luxury wristwatches. Every luxury business in Nigeria currently is booming.
It's not only the rich. Between now and 2030, the middle class will grow by a factor of 8. Half the country is under 30. Smart young Nigerians have more money, and they're starting their own businesses. In 35 years, there will be more Nigerians than Americans. For so many here, there's so much promise and so much pain. Building the economy and bridging the wealth gap could change the city, the country, and the continent.